His Lucas Oil champion coat on, Dwayne Shields is back to try to defend the title he earned just 3 months ago right here in Pomoda, California. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new season. Alongside of Bob Fry, I'm Dave Reed. John Kernan will be joining us later, but let's talk about the champion, Dwayne Shields, and his ability to repeat.
It is not easy to do in this class. He's got a very good A fuel dragster. The difference thing between last year and this year, a new crew chief. Dana Hopewell is going over now to work on the Rick Henkelman car. We'll see in just a moment. So Dwayne coming in as the defending champ, but in uncharted territory as far as tuning that race car goes.
Well, let's fast forward to round one highlights and show you how it started for the champ. Taking on Brooks Brown. We haven't seen him in a car. Uh-oh, that's trouble for Dwayne.
Yeah, those A fuel cars are so temperamental. Brooks also running a nitro-powered machine. Didn't exactly awe-inspire with a 565. But he got there first, and that's what you want to do. Win the round. Tough race for the defending champ out in round one.
Woodburn, Oregon's Joey Severance always runs well. James Butler gave him a good race, but this too much Severance.
Yeah, Severance can flat out drive the race car. Look at that, a double 01 reaction time and a great run at 5:37.
Megan McKernan set to take on Cody Perkins. Megan came in as the #2 qualifier. That 801 machine runs well, but didn't run this well. Watch McKernan.
Yeah, Cody with a big scoop, completely unique look on that race car. But Megan McKernan over that car to the Jerry Darian stable, 5.30. It might be the best car mathematically here this weekend.
You know, Chris Dempsey, the Beanwright car in the driver's left lane is always a strong runner. Garrett Bateman, he got out of the group for just a bit, but got it reeled back in.
Bateman's driving that car we mentioned, tuned by Rick Henkelman. They will be a factor this year, both on the division and the national level. Dempsey, 552. Meg got away with one right there.
The Lucas Oil ladder as we head into round number 2 finds the #1 qualifier. That was Jim Whiteley in the lane opposite of Mike Austin with lane choice. Over on the other side, it will be Megan McKernan and Chris Dempsey. Now let's talk about top alcohol funny car. A lot of California machines, including the one belonging to Doug Gordon and Sean Bellemere.
Yeah, the Gordon family would love to put one in the win column. 3 consecutive years here. They've been to the money round. Both drivers on and off, right off the starting line. Gordon, a little more experience, saved the car, gets it down, gets the win. Good run, 568.
Steve Gasparelli in the driver's right. It's going to get a big jump here, but watch John Lombardo in that Napa machine run him down and pass him.
We talked about California, 2 great legendary names. Lombardo, Gasparelli here. The Gasparellis used to own this racetrack. His late dad won it back in '86, but John Lombardo Jr. powers his Napa car to the next round.
Frank Manzo's the man in this class. Tony Bartone is going to try to knock him off again this year. He's the #1 qualifier here. Makes a stunning run.
Yeah, Bartone had the second best car performance-wise last year. Opens up right here with a solid 553. He's run big speeds all weekend long.
That's what happened in round 1. Now let's move on to round number 2. Burnout's complete for Brian Haug, Jason Rupert as we start our second round here at the O'Reilly Auto Parts NHRA Winter Nationals. You can pick your favorite among the drivers that are left by just taking a look here at the ladders. Guys that are highlighted will have the lane choice, including the #1 qualifier, Tony Bartone, coming up in just a little bit.
Jason Rupert getting what might be a 1-week hall pass to drive this race car here. Webster couldn't make it, and Jason Rupert, the defending Heritage Series funny car champion. He's been doing this for an awfully long while. Got a really good race car over there on the right-hand side of the track. And Brian Haug, who's been to the money round here 3 times at the Winter National, loved to close the deal. Qualified in the #3 spot, very solid at 561 in the opening stanza. And Jason Rupert, 569 with that race car over there from Canada, the Sin Oil Energy Services machine. Jason's a great veteran driver. Should be a very fun matchup here to begin round 2.
Jason from just down the road, Yorba Linda. I've heard of that place before. John Forrest made a pretty good living doing business. Brian Haug out of Junction City, Oregon.
Yeah, you come out and win this race and not even get the headlines in Yorba Linda this weekend with what's going on here, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. Of course, it is the debut of Courtney Forrest, who did move on from this series. Alexis DeJoria, who also moved on. Got a brand new starter, Mark Lyle.
Isn't that cool? The 3rd official starter, Buster Couch and Rick Stewart, and he was so pumped up like he hit the lottery, but coming actually from Brian Haug's neck of the woods up there in the great Northwest.
Oh,
wow.
Boom. They were pretty even coming off the line, but about 1,000 foot. That's when Brian Haug's car started puffing smoke, and then it boomed in a big way. Rupert goes 567, moves into the semis. But yeah, that car limping.
Yeah, it stuttered off the starting line, smoked the tires, shook badly. That'll throw your entire tune-up off. Now watch this, and we'll see it again. As he comes up, there's that really nasty tire shake. Don't even believe he lifted too much off the throttle. You saw the butterfly stay wide open, goes down. Then you'll see it has some problems. There's a cylinder leaning out. And the end result is just changes all the tune-up in that. And not a good finish there for Brian. Good job right there for Jason Rupert.
Got the blimp on high, the Goodyear blimp. You know, when that shows up, yeah, you got a pretty special weekend. It's the season opener. That's what it looked like from about 1,500 foot above the L.A. County Fairplex.
Yeah, with Jason Rupert, and he climbed out and said you didn't know if you had enough track. You saw it was going to be close, right?
It was close, man. I saw him out there, and he kind of moved on out on me, and this thing started charging on the other end, and I just, you know, it's so close down there, and these funny cars you can't see very good, so kind of, you know.
Well, you're out of breath. What's that all about? It was only, what, a 567?
I don't know. I get myself pumped up in there, you know. Hey, on a somber note, I had a really good friend of mine, Terry Manton, good person to the community of drag racing, passed away on Thursday, and I just wanted to give him a, you know, hey Terry, I hope he's watching, and I'm sure he is.
Our condolences.
Thank you very much.
That is Doug Gordon and Tony Bartone. We'd like to send our condolences as well.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that when we see the alcohol dragster category. And mentioned Larry Mears comes a good friend of these. Terry's a young kid, very talented. Family ran the push rod company. Dad Noel's been involved in the sport for a long while. Very tragic, very sad for the entire family.
Well, Tony Bartone made a run at the championship last year. Actually won more national events than Frank Manzo. But still, he ended up with the number 2 on the side of that car. Doug Gordon, as I mentioned, to the other side. A little bit of a new point structure this year.
Yeah, the drivers this year with the new regional setup get to claim 7 of 10 of the national events, and then 3 of the 5 regional. So it's a little bit different. Puts a little more premium on winning some of the national events right here.
So having said that, under this year's point structure, Bartone probably would have been the champion last year. Perhaps.
I'm not that good
It's hard
at
to
math.
tell
I can't
because,
figure that.
yeah, exactly.
Like I say, there are 3 kinds of people in the world. Those that can do math and those that can't.
Now for more on the Paso Robles, California driver Doug Gordon. Here's stat guy Louis Bloom.
Actually met his daughter this morning. Her name is Madison. She told me she was 7 3/4 years old. And Doug said she worked all day yesterday on the race car, the truck and trailer, so she can get a John Force Racing sweatshirt. She's a big fan of the Force girl.
We're going to have dreams.
It's a rematch of last year's final round here. Doug and his dad have been to the final round the last 3 years here. They really struggled at the end of last year and into this race, but settled it down, making a couple of good qualifying runs. Maybe they fixed the mechanical problems on that California car.
Well, as you can see, it is the New York driver, Tony Bartone, driving away, though. 557, 262 miles an hour. Bartone into the semis here at the season opener. But don't go anywhere. We have more Top Alcohol Funny Cars Plus, Top Alcohol Dragsters to come here. The Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series.